Let's get ready to grumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the Royal Grumble. You cut off your conversation just before Dan, didn't you? So we all agreed that was Dan's policy going forward, and that's what we're going to...
Yeah, that's why I'm getting kicked out of this podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm the most ethnic one in this room.
Latvian.
Yeah.
So.
As another aside, I should have really said this before. Can I have your wallet, Graham?
But why?
Because I have the money in there to put in the
here
swear
we
jar,
go. Right.
but I don't want to climb around everything to put it in the swear jar.
Right.
I'm Daryl, by the way.
I'll give you your pound back.
Graham said hello to begin with, and he's Dan. That's just talking now.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
It's taken long enough for my computer to boot up. I'm past the instructions.
that's the one that's Dan.
hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Graham. That's Dan, who's talking about money, and Daryl's here as well.
Yeah,
How are we all?
I'm in the corner to Graham's left.
He is in the corner to my left.
I'll do the intro.
Oh, go on then.
I've just done it.
Where's Dan?
Corner to your right.
Corner to my right, yeah. Where's the relation to you?
Across the ring.
in
there
the
you go.
opposing corner.
Ooh, ring. So that's... Right,
Yes,
what do you need?
I need £1.
There's £1.
There we go. So
Right, get it up to the
people
microphone.
who mentioned
You
it this
swore
weekend,
last week.
yeah, and this weekend I had a few people make comments to me.
Yeah.
So
we
Did
all
you
know-
meet some fans this weekend?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We met listeners, didn't we?
yeah. All
Both of them.
all 4 or 5 here.
Yep.
We've gone up in world.
Hey,
Anyway,
here
here
we
we
go.
go.
Yay, now I've
It's a
paid the swear
good sound
jar.
effect, that, isn't it? That Dan
Yeah.
edits in post.
I know, yeah. Never pays a bloody thing. Right. Yes, we did meet people on the weekend, didn't we? Because where were we on the weekend?
Progress.
Yeah. Right. But we're not, you know what we're going to talk about important relating to that?
Go on.
Nothing yet, because you have to talk about something far more important, which is Baron Corbin's Hoyer line. Go.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so have you seen this, Dan? He's cut his hair off.
Finally, yeah.
But-
good on him. It looks good.
No, I'm annoyed.
Because you can't rip him anymore.
No. Right? Is he a worker or is he a mark? Like, where's the money in him shaving his head on YouTube? Like, surely the money is him losing a hair versus hair match or a hair versus mask match.
YouTube views. That YouTube money.
Yeah, but they would come later when he eventually gets it shaved off on pay-per-view / WWE
What
Network.
about that YouTube money?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah. Remember that time that Jigsaw just unmasked on Ring of Honor's video wire? That was a real
I
thing that
do.
happened, yeah.
Yeah,
That didn't go in a
Quack
mask
and
match.
Push definitely remembers that.
He wasn't very pleased. And also, they've revealed why Jigsaw had the mask on, because of his huge nose, which took up about 74% of his face.
What happens, Jigsaw?
Put his mask back
He
on.
put the mask back on, would you believe? And went back to Chikara.
It was in the UK not long ago as well, I think.
Yeah, but I think he was just here on a holiday. Don't think he's a wrestler anymore. Anyway, speaking of wrestlers, Progress. People here on holiday. You know who was here on holiday? WWE were here on holiday, weren't they?
Were they?
Yeah, they were. They were at Download for, like they go, like, you know how people from here go to Benicassim and like other festivals abroad?
Yeah.
WWE come here so that Trips can like mosh out with his rocker dudes,
Oh, yeah.
which is what they call themselves. So this meant that they had a few of their talents over, didn't they? And
Yeah.
also a lot of Progress's talents were on their show at Download instead of in Sheffield.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong style with there, weren't they?
Yeah, they were
They're
not
Download.
in Sheffield. They were at Download, yes. And Zach Gibson and most. I don't want to say most of the top line guy, but a lot of the top line guys, really.
Yeah.
But it's all right, because don't worry, the Sheffield got Nixon Newell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Stephanie Newell.
Stephanie Newell.
or Tegan Knox,
yeah.
is she called now?
What? Is she not Stephanie Newell?
No, I think she's been named Tegan Knox now.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's weird. I don't like it.
Well,
Stop
they need to own name, don't they?
Yeah.
They still do that with some people.
Can we get that printed on a shirt? Like,
What?
the stunt back. Tegan Knox.
If you want.
School of Hard Knocks. Is that what she's going to do? Anyway, the point is, this is awful. This is really terrible.
Okay.
Right? She had a fight at Download. Right? Hurt herself. She's supposed to be in the main event of Progress on Sheffield. Right? Was she in the main event? Daryl.
She were at ringside for the main event.
Was she in the main event?
No.
Nope.
No. What happened?
She got injured, so she got her mate Dakota Kai to do the match.
Dakota Kai was there instead.
Everyone were happy about that, weren't they?
Yeah.
I were.
Yeah, who is she?
She wrestles on NXT quite a lot.
Does she?
She's quite new though, isn't she? She's new.
Yeah, she started off in the Mae Young Classic.
They've got a little team. Are they called Team Kick or something?
Team Kick's kind of her thing, and then I think they call themselves Shiny Kicks.
Ah, there you go.
But she is from I think she's from New Zealand. She wrestles in Australia a lot, or she did, and she also wrestled for Shimmer. And then at Stardom was another big place for her before going to WWE, where she's been having quite a few matches and been involved in stuff on TV. So
she's been involved with the Nikki Cross and Shayna Baszler feud recently.
Yeah.
That was what she had a title match with Shayna Baszler where she got beat up, and Nikki Cross was like, "I'm mental. I'm going to come out and kill you because I'm Scottish and mental."
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly what she said. I mean, I may be paraphrasing. But anyway, the point was that WWE made good because Nixon Newell got injured.
Not good enough for me.
No?
No, because when he were like, "Oh, somebody wants to come out and have a word with you,"
Oh, yeah, I know.
I was hoping it was going to be time to play the game.
We got fooled a little bit. Well, I'd say fooled. We fooled ourselves. Because they did it before, didn't they?
They were ICW before, weren't
Exactly.
they?
ICW, who's their other partner, he was like, "Oh, someone out here wanted to come and say something. It's all about the game. I'm on a trike." He didn't come out on a trike, sorry.
Yeah, but it were putting Nixon Newell, weren't it?
Yeah.
A little bit disappointing.
It was a little
See,
disappointing for
when
me.
he said that, I instantly just went, Nixon Newell's not at main event tonight then. Like, I just said it, mate. I didn't even think about Triple H.
No.
Yeah.
I've always got Triple H on brain.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So let's get into the rest of the show though. Then there were matches. What did it start with? You'd think we'd have looked at the card beforehand, wouldn't
Yes.
you?
The
we
opening
didn't.
match.
If only we prepared for this
Yeah, if only we
podcast, that's
prepared for this,
pre-recorded.
right. YouTube-
While he finds the card, we'll talk about Triple H. What's your favourite Triple H look?
Favorite Triple H look?
Yeah.
I quite like the WrestleMania
Fat
30
Triple
one.
H 2006.
The WrestleMania 30 entrance, I quite like that one.
Yeah, what do you like? Shaved head,
Yeah.
massive beard.
And when he took the thing off and they had the close up of his face, they took the mask off and he's just there huffing like spit out and stuff.
Yeah.
With close up, and then his music hit. I really
Damien
like that
Corvin and Michael Dante had a match
Yes,
for the.
that was
That's
the
why we
opener.
can't remember. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. They're
one.
both perfectly nice chaps, but
I was happy
the-
to see Michael Dante back in progress.
did you how do you remember who he is?
He was Tommy End's tag partner in Sumerian Death Squad.
Well, that makes even more sense to not remember who he is because Tommy End's a very memorable person. He's definitely the Genetti in that too.
Yeah, but he's also with Illuminati, isn't he? So be careful.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
He's
What
dealt with-
Genetti is, or
Well,
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, with the eye. Yeah, don't believe the eye. The eye. It's
Yeah.
looking at me.
This match were all right, but it was a
Why
weird
can you
choice.
see into my dreams?
It was just a weird choice for opener.
It was, yeah, it was almost like I felt it was a little bit sort of buried at the top. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, like when a TV product like Raw or SmackDown opens with a promo between the top stars, and then they go into a match that people aren't that really. That was
Yeah.
what this felt like.
Well, it's like you got a match between two guys. One of them hadn't been in progress for 2 years. The
Yep.
other one has been in progress once before ever.
I think everyone felt a little bit awkward around this match. To be honest, it was a little bit like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're both like I like both of them, but it was just a weird choice for opener.
It
Could
was
do
a
something
weird
bit more.
choice.
is
yeah.
Michael Dante better in a tag team?
I haven't seen him wrestle in a tag team in a while. When he was in the tag team, he was very good.
Okay.
But he's had a lot of injuries as well over the last year, so
Okay.
that might be why he's slowed down a slight and stuff, but he's still a beast.
Yeah, because it just you got to wonder about people like him, hadn't you? Do you know, like when the team split off and one of them goes on
Yeah.
to success and the other one don't, you just don't know if like they're gonna end up like like wanting to have sex with a daughter or something. They don't know if it's the daughter. And
All right. Well, I mean, not the daughter, the adopted daughter.
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
turns out they held off. But now, damn, I want to hit that or whatever he said. Something along those lines.
Go on our YouTube channel, the video's still there.
Yeah. The second match was another match in the Thunderbastard.
why don't we just have an amnesty where we can all say it once?
Okay, Thunderbastard match.
Say
the
say it.
tag
From the
team series.
bastard.
I'm gonna save mine for later.
Yeah, why did you say it when he said say it, you numpty?
I'll be
Anyway,
right. I'm going to call it Thunder Bastard now.
the Anti-Fun Police against Mark Haskins and Flash Morgan Webster. Did they have a team name?
No.
Aren't they with Jimmy Havoc?
Yeah, I think they tried to have the name with Entropy for a while, but it didn't really catch on.
Yeah, because he's a boss off of Crash Bandicoot 3, so who cares? You know what I mean? Anyway, what? That was a good reference. So yeah, the Anti-Fun Police is Chief Deputy Dunn and Los Federales Santos Jr.
Yes.
We had an argument about the semantics of the Anti-Fun Police on our row because, Brahma,
Friend of the show.
yeah, friend of the show, the righteous Christopher Brammer, made the point to me through his other half. Shouldn't they be the fun police and they police fun? But then the point was made, but I said no, they're policing and they're policing in charge of anti-fun. So much like anti-terrorist police aren't terrorists, they're not the terrorist police. So
that makes sense.
So we agreed on those semantics because they're doing the policing of anti-fun.
Although some people would argue that the police are terrorists. Am I right, guys?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Although I know who might
out the underground.
I know who might share your sentiments is Mark Haskins and Flash Morgan Webster, because they came out dressed as convicts to the NWA song, and not the £10 of gold, the
the greatest championship, the world's heavyweight championship.
No, not that one. No, just the other one.
Oh yeah,
the F the Police song.
Yeah.
Yes.
They came out dressed as a tribute to Nails, which was nice.
Well,
it always got to appreciate a tribute to Nails.
And Vicky Haskins was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's lovely, isn't she?
She's all right.
Yeah.
She's dressed a little bit like Harley Quinn in that film where she's in the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had a
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I don't like that film.
No. It's not that good, is it?
No.
Do you not think that... Sorry, but we're just on a tangent.
Steamroll.
Yeah, do you not think that like DC are a bit gutted with the way they've handled their franchise because Marvel's done it better, haven't they?
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
They are comic books.
Yeah.
Flash Morgan Webster hit a low blow to win, so maybe that's foreshadowing. Ooh,
I really enjoyed this match.
It was all right.
I love the Anti-Fun Police, especially Los Federales dos Santos Jr. I think he's just hilarious.
Who is he?
He wrestles. Well, I think he only wrestles as that gimmick. He don't. It's not like a side thing, but he wrestles mainly in attack and like promotions around that area.
Okay.
But yeah, I absolutely love him. Just hilarious.
Chief Deputy Dunn went professional this week, like full professional. He gave up his real job.
I like the video he posted.
Yeah.
Which him and his job, and then eventually just typed, "I'm done."
Yeah, good for him. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially considering he literally gave Pete Dunne his name.
Yeah. They're not really brothers, are they?
No. Pete Dunne was like floundering nothing, wasn't he? And then Damien Dunne went, well, why don't we be brothers and be a tag team? And Pete Dunne was like, right, now I've got my grand swimsuit gear. Off I go. See you later. Death match.
Was that next?
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't. My bad. No, the death match was after the Natural Progress Series semi-final.
Mark Davis doing a Walter on Danny Duggan.
Beat Danny Duggan, yeah.
Right, let's talk about Danny Duggan first.
Yeah.
Right. Firstly, don't have that name. I don't care if it's your real name, right?
Don't
There's somebody that's like already called Duggan in wrestling.
It's like, if Aston Villa striker Scott Hogan wanted to be a wrestler.
Yeah, you can't be called Scott Hogan.
Call yourself Scott something else.
Yeah. Yeah, so Danny Duggan looked
He probably does want to be a wrestler because he's probably not getting paid.
He looked like generic creator wrestler number one when he came out, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't know much about Danny.
No.
He must be quite well reputed for reasons we'll go into later, but I didn't know much about him at all.
And then Mark Davis came out, and last time we went to Progress, I'd never seen Aussie Open before, and I came away like a big fan of Aussie Open, especially Mark Davis, because anybody can be like a little flippy lad, but there's not many like chubby ones, is there? So like Michael Dante is, but then he's not that good, in my opinion. But Mark Davis is good, so I liked him, and I think something happened in this match, or maybe before the match, because I heard a spot called in the ring, right, and I 100% heard it. Mark Davis had been chopping him for a bit, and Mark Davis said, "Duck," and then he threw a chop as Danny Duggan ducked and chopped him in the face.
Yeah, straight up in the face.
And then picked him back up and chopped him across the chest again. So something happened, didn't it? I was putting it out there.
Yeah, I think it probably.
And I'm not even like saying Mark Davis went wrong. If Danny Duggan's unprofessional, then chop him in the face. I'm just saying I think something happened.
I thought Danny Duggan gave a good showing of himself, but I had no doubt that Mark Davis was winning it. Like, it just seems obvious that the final's going to be Mark Davis and Chris Ridgway.
Right.
Which
What does the winner of this tournament get?
They get it's kind of like Money in the Bank almost. They get to call a title shot whenever.
I'll tell you right now, Mark Davis is going to be the Atlas champion by the end of the year, and he's going to turn heel. An Aussie Open are going to turn heel he's going to end the career of Doug Williams, and people are going to hate him for it, and he's going to be a massive deal because of it.
I think Chris Ridgway's winning it, and then
Mark Davis. Mate.
He's going to be the champion after whoever wins the title at Wembley.
Yeah.
Who's winning? Who's the title at Wembley? What match is that?
It's at the moment it's Zack Sabre Jr. and Travis Banks.
It's going to be a four-way.
It's going to get changed.
It's going to be a four-way between Zack Sabre Jr., Walter, Travis Banks, and what's his face? Jack Sexsmith.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Jack Sexsmith is in the Thunder Bastard match.
Is he?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be a three-way between Walter, Zack Sabre Jr., and Travis Banks.
A rematch of the match I talked about at length last week.
Yes, but that was on Defiant, so who cares?
Do you think Mark Askins and Flash Morgan Webster got the conflict outfits from Aussie Open?
Racist. Let's carry on. Death match.
They didn't get them from Aussie Open. They gone from the parents, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Good. Death match.
Yeah?
Yeah. Spike Trivet. Jimmy Havoc.
Right, so before we get into the actual death match, can we talk about Spike? Is it Trivet or Trivet?
Trivet.
Yeah, it's Trivet, but
Okay.
obviously, Trivet for funnies.
Right. So last time when he were in Sheffield, I don't. Did he spit some water?
Yeah,
at someone?
spat water
Yeah.
on people. Yeah, disgusting. Yeah.
He didn't do it this time though, did he?
No.
I thought he was genuinely very entertaining. This
He's
time.
amazing. He's brilliant.
He was way better this time than last
Yeah.
time. Last time, he was just a bloke spitting water.
The one thing that did annoy me that he did is when he came out, he walked between the first and second row, and somebody that was stood up, he sort of pushed him down onto the chair, and it broke the chair. So he pushed him with some force. The guy were a bit chubby, but regardless, it's not like I was watching the bloke, and he weren't like that idiot at Dome, that was shouting and screaming. He was just stood up, and he pushed him down. I'm like it's not a heel, is it? It's just like a thunder bastard move to do, innit? He used it there, you see. But it is though, innit? Because what if that bloke had some kind of disability and he hurt him or something?
If he had some type of disability, he shouldn't be stood up trying to square.
Telling them what they can and can't do. All right.
He weren't trying to square up. He were in second row.
Yeah.
He weren't stood in his way. He purposely walked between.
Why are you being so ableist?
Yeah.
I wrote the rule book on it.
Why do you hate those the disabled?
I wrote the rules of what the kind of.
Why do you call them those words that you call
disablest?
It's Glenn Hoddle over it.
I've been speaking to Eileen Drury. She said you said some awful things. That's all I'm going to say. Terrible, terrible person.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan.
Doesn't
of
want them on the
Trivet.
stage. That's what he said.
So he came out with a bottle of champagne, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I were a bit worried because I did think that were getting smashed.
Yeah. And it definitely wasn't going to be like sugar glass.
No.
Jimmy Havoc didn't even mental.
Into the actual death match, I know the finish should be something we'll talk about a bit more.
Are we skipping ahead of the promo?
Oh no, sorry, go for the promo.
So he cut a promo at the start on Jimmy Havoc, and he brought up maybe it's all the work, but you know stuff. You've got people that know, so you can.
I wasn't aware of some of this stuff, but
okay, because
he says he's been going through stuff.
He broke up with his missus, and he's now homeless. What else did he say? He said something else.
He was talking about how he was broken.
Yeah, and he talked about speaking to Will Ospreay as well.
Oh yeah,
is Will Ospreay coming back to have a match with Jimmy Havoc?
Yeah, Super Strong Style. Jimmy Havoc finally explained why he turned heel and everything.
Okay,
and one of the things he mentioned, and he goes, "And you brought back I beat Will Ospreay in a loser leaves town match. 6 months it took you to bring him back." And Phelan was like, "That's the type of stuff that I've been dealing with for last year." And then because he mentioned his name, Will Ospreay's music hit, and he came out and then made the challenge to him. But he said that he wanted Jimmy Havoc to be his old self, like the sick so-and-so that he knew who tried to kill him several times.
That's why he's going through all these people, is it?
Yeah.
So he then threw... Spike Trivet then said it's about a year since you won Tournament of Death last year. So to commemorate that... I've got the amount of money you'd been paid or something, and he said, like, 60 quid do, and chuck 60 quid at him. And then I think that's when the match started. I think Havoc started beating him up. I think he then got the champagne bottle and then hit him with it, but luckily he didn't smash.
Yeah.
So if you want to go into the match then.
And then also the £60 ended up stapled to Jimmy Havoc later on during the match. Yeah, that happened. He had money stapled to him. And I think the £10 was still on his back at the end of the match.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think because out of the three of us, I'm probably the one who likes deathmatch wrestling, whereas you two...
I like watching clips of deathmatch wrestling.
So
when you told me that there was a barbed wire trampoline tournament of death...
Yeah, that piqued my interest as well.
I was like, well, let's find that. So we found somebody like that landed on it. Right, that's enough. Pop it away.
Yeah.
I won't watch a full tournament.
I've got Tournament of Death ready to watch from this year. Yeah, there was some spot. The thing I really like about Jimmy Havoc and how he puts together his like death matches is that he does really inventive stuff, and Spike Trivet also falls into that category now with me. So like, it's like the first time I saw him do the paper cut spot, like something so simple, and as Jimmy Havoc says in one of his interviews, the fakest thing he does, but it gets a really great reaction from you, like really simple stuff. So one of the things Spike Trivet did was he had some scissors and was just like pretty much trying to slice Jimmy Havoc down with
not
them.
a fan of that. Not
And
a fan
then
at all.
got lemons from underneath the ring, stabbed the lemons with the scissors, and then poured them over the cuts. That was a nice little spot.
Right,
And then-
we're a nice little spot, right? So, like, are you going to get involved in this, Graham? Help me out here. You don't like the
mate,
scissors, surely?
I'll tell you what I'm doing, mate, is I'm literally preparing myself with Jimmy Havoc's own Twitter.
Okay.
Because I don't know, like the scissors spot didn't sit right with me at all.
I mean,
Like,
do you want me to do the secrets of wrestling type thing? Because
what do you mean?
the scissors were blunt as hell. He was blading his arm.
Was he?
Spoilers, kayfabe, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't see the blade. I
was.
saw him. It looked like he was digging them scissors in.
The scissors were blunt, like they were completely blunt. Because when he closed, like they were just loose and.
Yeah, but did you see him blade? Can you honestly look me in the eye and tell me you saw him blade?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's fine. But they still didn't. It still didn't sit right with me. I didn't like it, to be honest.
It's one of those spots that like the way they did it was safe, but watching it and you get caught up in the moment and you're like, shit, like you nearly. That was close.
No, I think he swore.
There's definitely a T at the end of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
swore then.
Oh,
Damn it.
well,
I'll pay him.
tune in
him
4
on.
weeks to hear Dan
Yeah.
pay up.
But yeah, everyone kind of knows what that would feel like. Like not to that extent, because I don't think anyone's been attacked with a pair of scissors. We're not all Arn Anderson, but yeah, you can imagine what it feels like, and then getting lemon in the cut as well. It creates this massive response without having to do CZW through light tubes and all that stuff. The bit of the match I really liked from Spike Trivet, which played perfect into his character and was a sick spot, was when he got a canvas from underneath the ring, and then put Jimmy Havoc upside down the ropes and then rubbed his head on the canvas and then sat down pretending to paint him with his own blood.
Yeah, that was great. That was a
That was
really
brilliant.
good
And
spot.
then someone actually posted on Twitter that a guy bought his girlfriend the canvas and got it signed by both of them.
I noticed that, yes.
Yeah. So
Who got the money for that? Spike Trivet or?
Still
Well,
shared
it was
it.
retweeted by Jimmy Havoc, so I'd imagine,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed a lot of the stuff in this match. I thought it was really well done. And then also, before we talk about the result of the match, in the queue, I think all our group agreed the way the match was going to go is how it went. I think we all, like pretty much all said that's probably going to be the result.
I don't remember discussing it, but
Charles
okay, if you
Spike
say.
was going to win. I overheard
Yeah.
people discussing that, yes.
Yeah, but then the amount of people I spoke to afterwards who were like, I can't believe Jimmy Havoc lost. Like, well, of course he lost. This is the first match in an arc that's going to take him to Wembley where he faces off against Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay saying you best come at your sickest because I'm at my best. So
yeah, are you there, Will Ospreay? Will you be walking in, or will you be wheeling in your wheelchair?
Dan won't be happy if he wheels in, will he?
No.
well, the weapons.
Yeah, he wants rid of it. Don't sit in the front. You're not allowed in my arena, said Dan.
I was going to say Will Ospreay's going to come in with a Sky remote and an unloaded shotgun where he could just pull at Jimmy Havoc and say one day this will be loaded. I'll just drug his orange juice.
Him and Jimmy Havoc must be very good friends because they share very similar philosophies.
Yeah.
Like, you read it to us, but
yeah.
we discussed Will Ospreay's little promo, and I used that in inverted commas because where he read the bit of the Observer the other week. Jimmy Havoc after the show on Sheffield, right? Presented without any comment from me. To anyone who wants to comment on anything I do in a match, please come to me directly so we can have a conversation and discuss it. So I thought I'd hold that until you've both just commented on everything that he did in the match, so that now you've both contravened his rule.
Oh, no.
Anything I do in the ring is my choice. I'm not forced to do anything I don't want to, either by my opponent or my employer. He then got a little bit annoyed when someone said, wow, those are some horrible injuries. Is it really worth it at the end of the day? He went, oh, was this treat really worth it at the end of the day? And the bloke was like...
well, I've done your mum.
Yeah. Bloke said, do you think... It's a legit question. Do you think you'll look back on those scars in later years and think it was worth it? Plenty of talent, no need to dip into that stuff. And then he goes, I'll give it to you, right? This starts off very well and then ends up with a relatively good joke here from Jimmy Havoc. So he says, legit answer, no, I regret nothing I've done in the death matches. I'm proud of my scars. I'm proud that I've never compromised what I want to do. I know I don't need to do anything. I don't need to drink my own piss. I do it because it's sterile and I like the taste. I think he's taken, what's that from? It's from something. Dodgeball.
Yeah. But the reason those tweets came out is because the finish of the match involved Jimmy Havoc taking several unprotected chair shots to the head from Spike Trevay. Which...
Now, I spoke to Bram about this, and I was like, right, I don't want anyone to do any unprotected chair shots. Okay, I realise that's not my choice, right? I don't see the benefit to an unprotected chair shot compared to a protected chair shot. I don't see, like... I don't... if people want to do chair shots to the head, I'm not as averse to that as WWE are, where they don't want them at all, but I completely understand why they don't want them at all. I also would prefer them not to be there, but I understand the merit to maybe one or two, right? So I don't think there's any audible benefit other than people just going, oh, now he's getting hurt for real, than to an unprotected chair shot compared to one where you put your hand up, right? I can make concessions mentally to someone who wants to do in a match like this where we would want to do two. I can stretch as far as two at the push, and here's why, right? If you say you want to do one as the finish, I hate it. I don't think you should do it, but far be it from me. Okay, that's what you want to do. Then, if you want to get this idea after he completely, because let's be clear, he completely no-sold three of them and then sold the fourth one and went down for the loss, right? If you really, really want to push it and sell, right, he's so hard he can take one, then okay, and then do the second one, and then that can be the finish. In my head, there's no reason to do four at all. No. Those other the two in the middle are a waste.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Pointless, yeah.
I don't want him to do any of them, but that's not my decision. But for dramatic tension, the two in the middle are a waste of time. They add nothing at all. The first one, I can at least see why you would no-sell one and go, I'm really hard, F you, whatever, I'm Jimmy Havoc.
One, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
I can at least understand that from a dramatic point of view, even if I hate the fact that he's doing it. There's no reason to do four. No reason in my head at all.
Yeah, I think the issue for a lot of fans, instead of it being what you're doing that stuff for, it's more of we're concerned because that doing that stuff has gone badly for other people.
It's the same thing as Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand is how these people like Will Ospreay and Jimmy Havoc, they bite back so vociferously when people say, why don't you just not do this stuff? It's almost petulant.
I don't know, I can kind of understand it.
But if you understand where it's coming from, they seem to register that people saying that genuine concern for their health as people saying, don't do that, you shouldn't do it. That's not what people are saying. People are saying, we like you so much, we don't want you to do this stuff because we want you to carry on. And their response is, well, whatever, I'm going to carry on doing what I want to do. But are you, though? The only reason that people don't want you to do that stuff is so you can carry on doing what you're good at.
I suppose on the flip side, when you've got that mentality of, I'm going to give 110% every time I step into
You can't give 110%. I'll stop you right there. You can't give 110%.
You know what I mean? Okay,
say it properly. Thank you.
I'm going to give 100% every time I go in the ring, and I'm going to give my body because I love this business and I'm willing to give everything for it. When you're that stuck in that mentality, you can understand almost, like, when people come at you, you can see why they see that as an attack because it goes against what they believe. even though it's coming from a place of like concern and want for him
Well,
to.
yeah, not only
like,
does
have
it
a
come
long
from a place,
career.
surely you're doing that because you want people to like you or you want people to appreciate your art. And if people are saying, I appreciate your art so much that I want you not to die doing it, well, I want to die doing it. But there's no logic there. It's a short-sightedness. And I think, especially with Will Ospreay, because he is so young,
They'll be looking back in 10 years' time.
Well, exactly. And I hate to be that person going, oh, you'll look back and you'll think, because I understand from a young person's point of view, there's nothing worse than hearing that. You can't stand it when people say, oh, you'll regret this later. You're like, oh, you don't know me. You don't understand me. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think when you're in a physical industry like this, you've got to look at the mistakes of the past, haven't you? So, like, you've got extreme examples like Dynamite Kid. And I'm not saying that, I know we've kind of joked that, oh, he's the next Dynamite Kid, or Meltzer might have said it actually being serious because it's Meltzer. But, like, I'm not even saying he'll be that bad. But, like, if you look at Mick Foley, favourite of the podcast, King of the Ring 98, when he went off at top at Cage and he went through it. And then, when did he have his I Quit match with The Rock?
99.
99. So, if you look at that, 99, he then took 10, 15 unprotected chair shots to Ed. And then he didn't tone his style down, and he originally retired in 2000. Do you not think that, like, they should look at someone like that and be like, yeah, he kind of came back and he had a bit of a career after that. But of all the money-making years that he missed, like proper money-making years, because he were a mark for himself. Like,
Well,
he actually was a
again,
mark for himself.
The only things Mick Foley says he regrets are coming back from retirement too many times and doing the elbow drop to the outside.
I'm not talking about Mick Foley's personal regrets.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
But
talking
then when
about...
you hear like someone like that who you talk about all these things he's done, if he's only saying, I don't regret doing any of this stuff, I only regret doing the bump every night onto the floor, like off the elbow drop, that's the one I regret.
How much do you reckon Jimmy Havoc gets per match, roughly?
I wouldn't hazard the guess.
100 quid? 200 quid? More?
I don't know what the pay scales are like
Right.
in wrestling now.
How much do you reckon Mick Foley got per match? Working it out. Or per year? He got more per year than Jimmy Havoc. That's fair to say, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more. Significantly more. Right? So, if I were Mick Foley, and say I had... I don't even know if I'm way overestimating or underestimating. If I had a $1 million year, and my only regret were, I did too many elbow drops onto concrete. Jimmy Havoc has, I don't know, a 20 grand year, say, for example. And his regrets are unprotected chair shots to Ed, things like that. He can't retire, like, from wrestling and live comfortably because he can't remember what day of week it is. Mick Foley, in the year 2000, could retire because he couldn't remember what day of the week it was because he had all their money-making years behind him. Then they don't look at the mistakes of the past and learn from them. They look at them and go, well, Mick Foley says it's all right. Yeah, but his circumstances are different, but he still risked his body. They're risking their bodies the same way everybody else is, but making less money. And that's where their downfall's going to be. Their downfall's going to be in 10 years' time when they can't walk properly or they can't remember the girlfriend's name, and then they're still going to have to do it, and then people are going to expect it. They're like, well, Jimmy Havoc's not even eating himself off an Ed with a chair anymore. Well, I'm not paying to see him because he's done it for 10 years before that. Or Will Ospreay doing like loads of flips and stuff like that and like landing on his head and stupid stuff because he don't tone that back. Like, they're going to expect that of him. Once he doesn't do it anymore, then that's it. I'll tell you a good example. AJ Styles doesn't do a spiral tap anymore, right? I think he's going to pull that out at some point. But maybe he's realised I'm too old to do that. I'm not going to do that. And he's took it out of his arsenal. Do you think Will Ospreay would do that? No. Will Ospreay's going to land on his head and he's going to be a cripple.
Oh, God. Right, that ended more darkly than I expected. I was just going to, a related note. So Seth Rollins, when he was Tyler Black, used to do the Phoenix Splash all the time as his finisher. And now he breaks it out, 4 or 5 times a year at most? There's nothing. No one's saying you can't do these things on occasion. I mean, I'll level with you. I am saying don't take unprotected shots to the head ever. But, you know, even for someone like Will Ospreay, or, you know, even for certain spots with Jimmy Havoc and stuff like that, no one's saying you can't do these things. No one's trying to stop you from doing these things. But I think almost as a kickback to people saying maybe you shouldn't do them as much, they try and do more.
Yeah.
And I agree with what Daryl's saying in terms of the scale. I mean, what happened to Nick Mondo? What's he now?
Film editor and stuff.
Right, but didn't something happen to him? He had to
retired, didn't he?
Yeah, he retired because of the bump off the roof with Zandig.
Yeah.
But that was worth it, weren't it?
Yeah.
He released a film called The Trade that's really good. It's on Amazon Prime.
And nobody watches anything on Amazon
we've
Prime.
had the discussion about Amazon Prime, to be fair. Yeah, that's upsetting.
I've been watching a lot of the X-Files on there, even though I've got them all on DVD.
Yeah, did Amazon Prime create the X-Files?
No.
There you go.
They created the Fabulous Miss Maisel, is it?
I literally have no idea because, as Daryl said, no
I
one
can't remember
watches
the name of
anything
it,
on
but I
Amazon
watched
Prime.
most of it.
Apart from the 20 football matches in 2 years that people will have to get Amazon Prime to watch.
Yeah, I can't wait.
They're showing all Boxing Day fixtures at once.
Are they?
Yeah,
Is that it?
That's what it is. They're showing all 10 Boxing Day fixtures 2 years in a row.
That's actually genius.
Yeah.
That's very clever.
Because it's the one day, like, they can't do it this season because I think it lands on a Saturday, but the next 2 seasons, it doesn't land on a Saturday, so they can show all the 3 o'clocks.
That's good.
Anyway, let's move on to the next match.
Yeah, we really need to pick up the pace. They had an intermission, right? This needs to be a major focus for us as well because this is a big deal, and some things are particularly important. And this was an emotional crux because Chris Brooks had a match with Angelico, right? Angelico, a match off of Angelico, off of wrestling, and Chris Brooks won.
Yes.
And Chris Brooks.
It was a good match as well.
A very good match, very enjoyable. I quite like Angelico. I can't go over.
Did you have Bangarang stuck in your head for most of the night?
Very
afterwards?
much so.
Yeah,
I also can't get over his resemblance to AJ Styles in terms of the beard, the hair, the
gloves.
The gloves, the gear, the dual-sided gear, the half and half Blackburn Rover style strip.
You should come to Fight Club Pro where they show the suplex advert, which is him talking about his career and stuff, and lots of him doing the fist and point thing. He's not fisting anyone. He puts his fist up to his face and points with the other hand.
Splendid.
Not fisting anyone. Make that clear.
Good. No fisting. Thank you. Right. So Chris Brooks, at the end of the match, he started to address the situation with CCK. We talked a little bit about CCK, Lycos.
Well, there was a whole thing on Twitter before the show where Chris Brooks tweeted Glenn Joseph saying, "Are we going to talk about the situation with Lycos?" And he didn't respond, so then he said...
Did we talk about this on the air before?
I can't
I'm pretty confident we did, yeah.
But yeah, he pretty much said that Lycos, while injured, got attacked by TK Cooper and he doesn't want to be at Progress anymore.
Yeah.
And if he's going to do the tournament, he's going to do it alone.
Yes, he did say that. And he was about to address the situation, but then Mark Haskins and Flash Morgan Webster come out and pagged him, didn't they?
Yeah, and this
actually,
was
technically, it was Vicky Haskins who distracted him, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this is where Flash Morgan Webster properly turned, finally. It gets overlooked because of what happened next, but Flash has been teasing turning for a while and then possibly not, and then finally he attacked Chris Brooks with the helmet. And
now I assume that means that they're no longer like associated with Jimmy Havoc, who's clearly a face.
Yeah,
that becomes a little bit tricky there, doesn't it?
It's murky waters, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, and I'm sure it'll be clarified at some point soon. But anyway, Flash Morgan Webster hit Chris Brooks with the helmet. They were going to do it again. Kid Lycos came out with his bandage on. He's like, what would you call it? Shoulder strap, whatever it is. He's hurt, but he's going to fight, isn't he? No, mate. No, he took the strap off and he pagged them all and did wolf things. And
yeah, he had new gear as well.
And he had new gear. And now, of course, Chris Brooks raised up to see his friend Kid Lycos in the ring, and, well, they had a big hug, didn't they?
I'd have been a bit annoyed.
Why?
Right. So if somebody hit me at nuts and then were beating me up and then hit me with helmet.
Yeah.
And then you waited for your music to play before coming out to come and save me, mate. I'd be a little bit mad.
What if like you'd seen him win, right? So you've seen your mate win, right?
Yeah.
You're like, everything's going to be fine. He's done well. I'm off for a pee, right?
Yeah.
Off for a slash. You come back.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, he's a wolf, so he can't just go to toilets in here. He has to go around back at building.
Got to go around back, because as we all know, wolves do that in woods.
Yeah.
He's wolfing back in, and someone goes, your mate's still in ring. It's like, oh, where is he? I'm just wondering where he's been. Oh, it's getting pagged by a bloke who rides a scooter and someone who used to be one of the chavs off of 1PW.
I don't know any money.
And I was like, oh, I best get out there then. That's what happened.
So, do you know when Chris Brooks was on the mic?
Yep.
And he was saying, "Oh, we need to talk about Kid Lycos."
Yep.
Was he not going to bring him out? Was Kid Lycos not waiting backstage to come out to do this?
No, he was
No?
he was going to address it himself because
No?
Lycos wasn't going to talk about it in front of people, but Chris Brooks wanted
Why
to.
did Lycos have the sling on?
Emotional support.
Okay.
Maybe
Good, we've sold it all.
I feel
There you
like
go.
I've picked holes in this story.
No, there's no holes. We've solved them all.
Yeah.
We've plugged them all.
I'm really glad Lycos is back.
They had a big cuddle in the ring. It was lovely.
Yeah. Look,
Good lads.
they've announced that their first tag match together is going to be at Fight Club Pro in 2 weeks, before the New Japan shows.
And they are continuing the Thunder tournament.
The Thunder Bastard tournament.
Bastard, indeed. Speaking of tag teams, the next match was a high-stakes tag team match. South Pacific Power Trip featuring the Progress champion Travis Banks and the well over 205 pounds TK Cooper against Jack Sexsmith and some German bloke.
Can I give
have been-
the stipulations for the match?
Yes, you may.
So if Walter or Jack Sexsmith get the pinfall, they will get a title shot in the future against Travis Banks. If TK Cooper gets a pinfall over Walter or Jack Sexsmith, he will get a shot at the Atlas title, as he is now clearly over 205 pounds. And Travis Banks is not getting an effing company car.
Yes, that is true.
That was made very clear.
That was what he tried to write in for himself. Unsurprisingly, it failed. Also, unsurprisingly, the victor was Voltaire.
When Jack Sexsmith,
Unselfishly gave up the opportunity, or he went to stop him from pinning, and then he agreed. He said, "No, it's your time."
Yeah. Jack Sexsmith posted on Twitter after this match saying, while they were discussing stuff beforehand, Walter referred to him the entire day as Mr. Jack Smith.
Which is hilarious.
But he'd never just say, "Oh yeah, that's cool, Jack." He'd go, "Yes, Mr. Jack Smith." And use the full name every time, which is really great. And you can imagine Walter doing it. But yeah, Walter's awesome. I love Walter.
So Volta is getting a Progress World Championship slot, which leads me to believe that, maybe that's why Defiant did it. Do you think
What
they
did
have?
Defiant do?
Well, Defiant did that triple threat match the other week, didn't they?
I don't know. What was it?
Well, the Defiant did the Travis Banks, Volta, and Jack Sabre Jr.
I did they?
Was there any logical reason why they did that? Was there a booking reason?
It was the first chance they had for Zack Sabre Jr. to have a shot at the title. He had stripped from him because he couldn't defend it.
Okay.
Travis Banks is the current champion, and Volta beat David Starr twice to get the shot.
So they booked it because they know that that's going to be the main event.
Yeah,
Progress
to be fair,
probably.
David Starr got robbed because he was folding his t-shirts at the time. And he got rolled up.
That's not fair. And then he got rolled up. Fold up,
Yeah.
roll up, innit?
I just love watching Volta. He took it easy in this match as well, but it's still like he was killing everybody.
Does big chops, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also really enjoyed the pin breakup where I think was TK Cooper. No, it was Travis Banks had Jack Sexsmith locked in the submission, which is kind of like the Regal stretch. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, the Paga stretch.
Yeah, and while TK Cooper was trying to stop Volta from interfering, Volta just picked him up and powerbombed him on top of Travis Banks and Jack Sexsmith.
Yeah, that worked. Yeah,
Oh.
that's one way to break up a pin.
Yeah, I could just watch all day, all Walter. I love the guy. Just everything he does looks like he murders people, and that's what I want in my wrestling.
Dan's going to get the Volta network. Which,
Yeah.
Again, all day, all Volta.
All day, all Volta.
It's not him wrestling. It's just him standing there.
You have to turn volume down.
I'm talking about
otherwise-
Schalke.
Yeah.
The greatest team in German history.
Don't start.
What?
Schalke. What is Schalke from Gelsenkirchen? Schalke 04. The fantastic Schalke.
Yeah. Do you like a bit of Schalke?
Volta, if you're listening, Dan will talk to you about Schalke all day. He
Yeah,
loves
Dan wants you
Schalke.
to sign his football shirt.
He does.
I'm not going to call him.
No, you're not. No,
I
because
can't
Volta-
get away with swearing in another language, can I?
No.
Because there's
we have international listeners.
Yeah, because Dortmund fans don't tend to call them Schalke. They call them something else that starts with S.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
I can't say it because I don't want to put any more money.
Sensational.
No.
Sensational Schalke.
Close, yeah.
No. I actually had a photo of him while he was wearing a Schalke tracksuit top a few weeks ago.
Did you have your top on?
No,
No.
I'm not going to say anything to Volta.
I wouldn't.
Every time I've chatted to him, he seems like the nicest guy. But still, I don't want to come up to him saying, "You got something on your shirt, mate.
I really want him to do that.
You got some
I really
poo on your
want
shirt, mate."
Careful. And the main event was for the Progress Women's World Championship. And Ginny beat Dakota Kai by pinfall.
Yeah.
Shakira.
Shakira, yeah.
Never really know that you can dance.
She's
anyway,
only
yeah.
like 16.
No, she isn't.
Shut up.
She's like 16, 17. Like,
right,
genuinely.
but are we talking like Kanu was 21 when he was in the like,
No, genuinely, she's like.
or like JJ
ridiculously
Okocha
young.
16?
I only found this out recently. Like
She isn't 16.
She's like 16, 17 years old. She's not 18 yet, definitely.
How do you know that?
Because someone mentioned it in an
For
interview.
legal reasons, we cannot mention why Dan.
It was someone talking about like the women's wrestlers coming up at the moment, and they mentioned that like a load of the really great ones aren't even 18 yet, and they mentioned specifically Miller McKenzie and her. I think Candy Floss is isn't 18 or is just turning 18 as well.
Oh, you need to get a better name than Candy Floss.
But what about Chardonnay? That a better name? Is it better or worse than Candy Floss?
She does well at the Candy Floss name in Japan.
I'm sure she does.
They're about on par.
Yeah.
Team Kawaii with Zoe Lucas.
Anyway, unsurprisingly, Ginny retained her Progress Women's Championship, but Stephanie Newell was like, Ginny, we're having a championship match at some point in the future when I'm allowed.
See, the thing with Ginny's title reign so far, like, of course she's going to win matches like through nefarious means, and Ginny's absolutely amazing, but she's not. If it carries on like this, she's not going to have like that defining match in a title reign that I feel you need to establish yourself. Like Toni Storm had every other match, and Ginny's just going to have these matches that have tons of interference and stuff. And she's a heel, and that's what's supposed to happen, I guess. But it still feels like a cheap title reign. But it's that kind of thing where it's like you complain about this, but then you remember, no wait, she's a heel, and she's a very good heel, and we're supposed to hate her, so it's fine. But yeah, I'm in two minds.
Good show. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the show.
They're coming back December the 9th?
In December sometime.
They're coming back December
Yeah.
the 9th. I've
Yeah.
checked. It is December the 9th to
Also-
the O2 Academy Sheffield, so we'll see you there.
Also, another good shout out for the playlist. All Sheffield bands on the playlist.
Yes.
Pre-show playlist.
Good. Yeah.
Didn't play any Arts Monkeys new stuff, did they?
No,
course
funny
not.
that, innit? They could have played it, but it would have, nobody would have wanted to cheer by the time that the show started.
No, but
You know who likes New Arctic Monkeys album?
go on.
Liars who don't actually like it but want to seem cool.
But they could have played 4 out of 5 stars because that's why I rate the show. Boom.
Boom, there you go. I didn't realise that was a song. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Okay, good.
No one gets that far into the
No
album.
one got that
It's
far.
actually the best song on the album,
Is it?
which isn't saying much, but
No.
it's the one song I hope they play when I go see him.
Well, there you go.
If you grade on the curve, it is 4 out of 5 stars.
Linking into this, we talked about the Download, didn't we? We talked about the injury that Stephanie Newell suffered at Download and the stars that were absent from Progress because of Download, but we didn't talk about the full results of the Download rounds for the WWE UK Championship tournament. Now,
Go for it, because I only know half of these.
there you go. So, Daryl, you're going. Like,
Yeah, I am.
you might be there now, depending on when people listen.
Yeah. Well, I will be when this show is released. That if it's released at the normal time it's out, I will.
Are you uploading it or someone else? Because someone else it probably will be fine.
I think Dan will be uploading this
Yeah.
one.
Good.
I will still be in Sheffield.
Yep.
But at 1:15, I get on a train.
Yep.
Wembley, we're the famous Arsenal, and we're going to Wembley.
Are Arsenal
Wembley.
going to Wembley? Isn't that Tottenham's home ground?
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a sliding pitch now. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's their actual home
That
ground.
looks fun, doesn't it?
Good. Yeah, good.
No, so I'm off Wembley on.
Sliding pitch help with diving. That's Deli Alley.
So I'll be in London on Sunday. I don't want to meet any of you. You're all scum. Yeah, I'll be in London
The
Sunday.
Royal Grumble does not endorse Daryl's views that you're all scum. We think you're fine.
I mean, if one of them wants to come up and make me look cool in front of my girlfriend, then feel free. Come say hello to me, get a picture. I'll sign something for you.
When was last time Arsenal put pressure on the champions?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would try to
Or Spurs.
look cool in front of my girlfriend. Then might as well say hello. if you want to come and say hello,
Right, so people
I'll
that
pretend I like you.
let's carry on. People that we talked about being through last week. Who did we confirm? We confirmed Ashton Smith.
Yes.
I'm pretty confident we confirmed Dave Mastiff. Did we also confirm Zach Gibson?
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident we
Travis
did that.
Banks.
Okay, so Travis Banks. Yes, you're right. We talked about Travis Banks. He beat Ligero. Yep, so all that character killing was for nothing. Tucker and Joe Coffey. The winner was... Dan, who was the winner?
Joe Coffey.
You are right. It was Joe Coffey, who's a Celtic fan. So definitely out yourself as that, mate, just before you're about to ask... just before you're about to ask for all of Scotland's support. That's going to go so well.
I wonder which side of the argument Graham's on.
I'm not mate. The Rangers died in 20 whatever it is. Sorry.
Seth, go.
Yeah, I hope my dad didn't listen. He'd be so upset with me. Flash Morgan Webster beat James Drake. Tyson T-Bone and Jordan Devlin. Who won?
Jordan Devlin.
You are right. Jordan Devlin with his large head. And Drew Gulak against Jack Gallagher, who went through to the next round.
I think Jack Gallagher.
And you think correct. Yes, Jack Gallagher was through to the next round.
I read on Twitter, I don't know how true it is, that Drew Gulak was a late replacement because they wanted Chris Renfrew and he turned him down.
Chris Renfrew or Chris Brooks?
Because Chris Brooks did turn them down.
I definitely read Renfrew because I double took it and I was like,
yeah,
Renfrew, really?
Yeah,
I like Chris Renfrew, but that seems a weird.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up because but maybe they meant Brooks, but I definitely read Renfrew and thought that seems odd.
Chris Brooks was on like a lot of the talk about it leading up to it, so I'd assume Chris Brooks rather than Chris Renfrew.
Okay,
yeah, that would make more sense. So anyway, the brackets are Zach Gibson against Jack Gallagher, Flash Morgan Webster against Jordan Devlin, Joe Coffey against Dave Mastiff, and Travis Banks against Ashton Smith. Who's going through to the semi-finals?
I'd say there you've got three very good matches and one that has a potential to be really great, but they're different styles. I don't think they've ever been close to each other before. So go for the matches again, sorry?
Gibson and Gallagher, who you got?
Gibson.
I want Gibson to go through. I see Gallagher every week down on.
I'm going to say Gallagher wins because otherwise why is he in the tournament at all? Unless it's to give Gibson legitimacy. No, you know what? I'm going to go for it. We're going to go clean 3-0.
Okay.
Zach Gibson wins.
Soon
indeed. Yes, soon. You got to do it in the Scouse accent, mate. Soon to be recognised. WWE's number one. Get it right. Flash Morgan. It's hard to stop.
Yeah.
Flash Morgan Webster versus Jordan Devlin. Big head or big helmet? Physical helmet, like not his.
I'm not sure about this one.
Send Devlin through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then again, does the winner of the first match go against the winner of this one?
Yes.
Oh no, you got to have a face, then, don't you?
Flash, then.
Yeah.
Flash versus Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Flash.
Yeah.
Flash through. Right. Joe Coffey against Dave Mastiff. Obviously, I'm picking Joe Coffey.
Yeah.
Despite his leanings.
I'm picking Joe Coffey too.
Just don't be a Celtic or a Rangers fan. Don't tell people you're either.
Be like Partick Thistle.
Yeah, exactly. That's what journalists do. That's what you should do.
Everyone
in the public
likes
eye.
Kingsley.
Just, eh?
Kingsley.
No one likes Kingsley. Kingsley looks like Lisa Simpson on drugs. Joe Coffey or Dave Mastiff then? Go on.
Joe Coffey.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll have Joe Coffey.
We're all going Joe Coffey. I'm shocked.
I
thought you'd have been like, England.
Well,
England,
I like Dave Mastiff, but
Mastiffs are English.
But he's gone downhill for me since he stopped being called the human hate machine, Dave Morales.
Oh,
so
yeah.
back in 1PW, I don't owe him money.
Where's Jack Storm? Is he not in this?
Well, no, he's head trainer at Storm Wrestling Academy, isn't he? With Lance Storm.
Oh, of course, yeah. And Devon Storm.
Yeah, he's there.
And there must be other Storms.
Nicky Storm.
Nicky Storm, yeah, why not? Travis Banks against Ashton Smith.
Johnny Storm.
Travis Banks.
I'm going to say Ashton Smith because I didn't expect him to get this far, so why not? Yeah. Also, beard, obviously.
I don't think I've seen much of Ashton Smith.
He's Derice Coffey.
D-Rock.
Yeah, but
D-Rock off of what were they called?
Prophets of Liberty.
Prophets of Liberty.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Genuine conversation. I've got to bring this up because it's one of my favourite quotes. When one of our friends, Punk, said to the owner of OPW at the time, so they're like the nation then? He's like, no, because they're going to have a white member soon. And his mates went, oh, like Owen Hart. And he just walked off from him.
He got really annoyed about it being like the name. He's like, no, they're completely different. Although they are different because wasn't the one of them Mo Amin, who's not black?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then guy who dislikes me. What's he called?
Daryl?
Anyone can it?
He's done you again, Dan.
I can't remember his name now, and I've got his real name stuck in my head.
Well, just say his real name out him.
Well, it's Andre, his real name, but I can't remember his work name. Oh, carry on.
Okay. So, right, so you've gone for...
I'd guess Travis Banks.
Right, so generally you've gone for Zach Gibson against Flash Morgan Webster and Travis Banks against Joe Coffey.
Yeah.
So who goes through to the final?
I think the final will be Gibson versus Banks.
I will say the final will be Coffey versus Gibson.
Flash Morgan Webster and Dave Mastiff.
Okay, well done. Good. Even though I'm pretty confident you picked Joe Coffey to beat Dave Mastiff.
I panicked, all right. I'm under pressure.
Anyway, right, yeah. You're our correspondent, so you have to bring us all the hot goss back.
Oh, yeah.
You could do stuff on the Twitter as well. Get that done. Yes, get it done.
Tell us who you spot in crowd and that.
Yeah, do stuff on that. You don't have to do it all the way through like I do, because I'm actually, professional at this.
Okay.
But, you can do some stuff, all right? So Daryl will be on the Twitter on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Won't you?
Yeah, so just avoid the Twitter if you don't want spoilers for a week's time when it's on the network.
Yeah, exactly. Pimlico Plumbers.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, so that was a case that happened this week, which basically meant that companies who have non-employee employees in the UK, they ruled in favour of a man who'd been working for a company for several years but wasn't officially an employee. This could have ramifications for the WWE because they have their contractors, but only the UK.
What was the person's gripe with Pimlico?
I think he got sacked without being sacked, and he basically went, I'm an employee, I deserve to be treated the same way as an employee, and he wasn't.
Okay, so let's wait until one of them gets sacked, and then we'll decide if it happens. Because at the minute, I think everyone's loving life, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everyone's going, "Oh, I'm WWE, yay!" So let's wait till one of them does something or don't do something actually, and then WWE just said, "Oh, we're not using you anymore," and then we can see if they sue.
Guess we will. Yeah. So we're going to change. Yeah. What we're going to change? Yeah. Good. What are you doing? You're confusing me completely.
Oh, it's because he changed the format, and I didn't realise how we forgot about the thing that he wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah. Well, I just assumed we already spoke about it, didn't we?
But we recorded before it happened.
Yeah, but we were right.
But that's the best thing to close on, I feel.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Well, okay. Well, let's talk very quickly about Dominion then. So, one of the best wrestling events of the year, and we're going to spend 5 minutes on it. That's what we're going to do. Is that?
Yeah. I don't think it was as good as the Tokyo Dome show, but I thought it was a very good show and had a match that was so good. I don't think it's fair to ever try and rate it, and it should just be like, oh, and then this match is here.
No, he's got to rate it. You got to rate them all.
Did Dave call it 7 stars yet?
It's
will be 7.
He will have done by the time
7,
thing.
Yeah.
And then Trent Seven's finish is ruined, isn't it?
Yeah, he's ruined. He's gonna have to.
Well, what's his finish?
Well, it's the 7-star lariat, isn't it? So that's ruined forever now. That's good. Anyway, yes, New Japan Dominion.
So yeah, it was a show that built really well through the night, and every match was better than the last up until the co-main event, when it was an alright match, but not as great as the others. I'll talk about the matches that have the most importance, I feel. So there was a tag match between Suzuki Gun and Chaos, which was Minoru Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ishii and Toru Yano, where Suzuki Gun got the win, and Suzuki wasn't happy with that and carried on trying to chase down Ishii and fight him more. Went backstage and beat up Young Boys trying to find him, shouting, "Where are you, Ishii?" And got on the mic in the backstage area and just said, "Ishii, you so-and-so," and then walked off, which is hyping up a match that we'll talk about in a bit. I really enjoyed all that because Zack countered the Toru Yano low blow into a submission. Just how ridiculous Zack Sabre Jr. is getting at submissions out of nowhere. The only title that was retained through the entire show was the junior heavyweight tag titles. Suzuki Gun retained those over Roppongi 3K.
How many gaijin, that's Japanese, Graham, for white boys,
okay,
hold belts now in New Japan?
Well,
never.
Well, I don't want to talk about that one.
Why? No, because you're subscribed to New Japan World. You cancelled your Wrestling Observer subscription because of it, but you stay subscribed to New Japan World, so we're talking about him.
Yeah,
never. Never 6-man. Intercontinental, World Heavyweight, what else?
The heavyweight tags.
Heavyweight tags. There's 5 of how many?
So that leaves the junior heavyweight
and the junior tags
title.
So that's it. Do you reckon that's the most ever at one time?
It's got to be getting there. I'd have to look into it. But let's mention another thing. I'm happy to pay into this one. Fuck Michael Elgin. He won the Never title. Anyway.
Great.
I'm happy to pay into that one. Sorry, everybody. Moving on. The IWGP Heavyweight Tag Titles.
I think he's a good wrestler, to be honest.
The Young Bucks finally did it, and they defeated Evil and Sonata for the Heavyweight Tag Titles. They're proper heavyweight legits now and everything.
Good.
Yeah, really good match as well. Really enjoyed it. The junior heavyweight title match between Will Ospreay and Hiromu. We talked about the promo earlier where Will Ospreay said about being compared to Dynamite Kid and saying, yeah, because he's prepared to give everything in the ring. This match was ridiculous, as you'd expect. And surprisingly, it was Hiromu who took the worst of it. Hiromu started using a triangle choke as one of his finishers. And Will Ospreay, instead of just powerbombing him out of it, like picked him up in the air and kind of spun him around onto his head. And it was absolutely sickening to see. But eventually, Hiromu gets the big win and wins the title back that he lost a year previous. Intercontinental title. Chris Jericho defeated Naito.
10 times, baby!
Chris Jericho, who came out dressed as a Raven tribute act, still hasn't lost that pot belly from the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Or
either.
7 off of WCW.
Yeah. Did his whole I'm crazy stick. And Naito, like, this match was good, but it's not like I said, the show built really well. And then
Jericho's still got his Greatest Royal Rumble gut. I noticed.
Yeah. It was good. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just hoping it means that Naito's moving on to bigger things now, and it looks like it's going to be Evil challenging Jericho next. Because when Jericho tried to continue with the attack afterwards, Evil came out and made the save. And then we got the main event. 2 out of 3 falls, no time limit. Omega versus Okada, their 4th encounter. It went 70 minutes, lads.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
70
Unsurprising,
minutes.
I've got to say. Not
Didn't feel
surprising.
like it, though.
No, and genuinely, like, what can we say about it that hasn't been said by anyone? Like, this probably... How can it get better than that? It was like a perfect match in terms of storytelling, pace, everything. They started at a pretty quick pace anyway, and managed to keep it up until towards the end when they actually slowed it down where it made sense because they were exhausted, and it played into the story, and they were allowed to do callbacks from the Dominion match last year when they went an hour. The big callback, which everyone's going on about, last year they had a great spot where Okada went for the Rainmaker, and Kenny Omega was so exhausted he couldn't stay on his feet long enough to take the Rainmaker. This year, Okada was so exhausted that he couldn't get any power into the Rainmaker and just collapsed.
I thought the big spot everyone was talking about was Kenny Omega hitting the Styles Clash.
That was a pretty big spot too. We got a really great reaction. It kind of goes back to his G1 win where he called out to all the brothers, as he called it at the time, where he hit the finishes of all the previous leaders of the Bullet Club. He hit the Styles Clash here. Because as well, Okada made comments as well about like he's just like AJ Styles and all these guys have come over and want to be the best, and but I'm the best. The second fall, which when Omega tied it up to 1 apiece, was the same finishing sequence as from their G1 match where Kenny finally beat Okada the first time. So that was a nice callback too. There's plenty of stuff like this, but then also callbacks to Omega from DDT and his like coming up through the ranks up to being at this point. He had Kota Ibushi ringside for him, who was shouting out advice, and ultimately Kenny Omega gets the big win and finally wins the IWGP title. And it's just absolutely amazing. Unbelievable match.
Don Callis had a little cry, didn't he?
Yeah. After the match, the Young Bucks got in the ring and they settled their differences together and hugged and announced themselves as the Golden Elite.
I've got to think about this.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, do you know, like, if us three, like, we're doing some kind of podcast, and then... and then, like, one of us went, oh, can we bring a mate along and have a 4th member? I'd be a little bit mad. Like, so I feel that's what Kenny Omega's done. He's gone, oh, my mate wants to be, I will be the Golden Elite.
So Kota Ibushi is Miles Kane.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
I'd compare it more to
Or
say,
Jonathan
like,
Wilkes.
like, as podcasters, we've got our thing, but then one of us is dating...
Or Billy
like,
Gunn off of the 3 Live crew.
one of us is dating Bruce Pritchard, who's like the king of wrestling podcasts, and you're bringing him into it. It's a slight difference than Miles Kane.
No, I'm not having it, because, like, this is our thing, and you're not bringing Bruce. I don't care if you're bombing him, you're not bringing him.
What if he's receiving?
Oh, that's all right then, bring him on.
Sorry. Good. What about Pat Patton? No, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, let's
Probably
not talk
a good
about
point.
the creamy boys.
The what? What? Sorry, what? Is this known?
It's a reference to the case. Google that one later.
I don't think I want to.
Don't talk about Strong Style Evolved.
Yeah. We're going to follow on from this, from the new Japan shows that are coming to the UK.
So yeah, RevPro announced, like they just posted on Monday
they were
saying,
doing their own show.
I suppose we should announce some matches then. I thought, they're going to announce one match, and I got a match like sent to me by my friend Aidan. He said, "Look at this," because he knew how excited I would be about the match. And I went on the Twitter to get the graphic to send to Becky when I noticed they'd actually announced both nights' cards. And there's some ridiculous,
sucks if you go to Milton Keynes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. Yeah,
Hey,
don't
kid,
go to
well,
Milton
not for
Keynes.
me,
I mean,
no.
don't anyway. But
So the show opens with Shota Umino versus a mystery opponent who's going to be on both nights. We were thinking it's a Gaijin. I'm hoping it's not Elgin.
I so hope it's Elgin. Graham, let's pray for Elgin.
pray for Elgin.
Hashtag pray for Elgin.
Hashtag pray for Elgin.
My prediction on it.
I'm tweeting it now.
I forgot who it was now, who I predicted. There is some talk that it might be Taka Michinoku.
Okay.
And because Taka Michinoku's always said he's not coming over to the UK anytime soon or anything like that. My guess is Honma.
Okay.
Because Honma announced he was making his return at the shows in a week's time. And I think it'll be Honma making a surprise return to RevPro. After that, we've got Aussie Open versus the Bullet Club, which is Yujiro Takahashi and Taiji Ishimori.
Right. So my first thing with this, how many of them are in New Japan?
2.
How many of them are in the real Bullet Club? 0.
They're both in the proper Bullet Club.
Yeah, but they're not the proper
They're not
ones,
in
are
the
they?
Golden Elite.
So
They're not on my t-shirt, pal, are they? Look, that's proper Bullet Club.
Suzuki Gun versus Chaos, which is Izuka, Taichi, and El Desperado versus Jay White, Toriano, and Gedo. David Starr versus Tiger Mask. I'm quite excited for that. That'll be quite good.
David Starr, is he going to sell some t-shirts there, lads?
Yeah. Chris Brooks versus Yoshihashi.
Again, like Chris Brooks, David Starr as well. You're not getting away with it, pal. Not New Japan guys.
It's like a bigger version of Global Wars, this.
Yeah, so do you not see the problem with him advertising it as a Strong Style Evolved New Japan show when actually it's RevPro versus New Japan?
Yeah, I mean, there is
You're going to enjoy it because you like a lot of British wrestling
And
stuff. If
there
I
is
paid for
some-
tickets, I'd
Can we
be...
get
Can we let him
go
finish?
through the whole card
Yeah.
and then rip him down?
there is some New Japan versus New Japan matches
angry.
on this
Okay.
as well.
Go on.
I'm
Four.
reading these in a different order. Yoshinobu Kanemaru versus Will Ospreay. And then the main event of that night, I've missed the match out on purpose because I want to talk about that.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
The main event is the British Tag Team Championship, a rematch from one of the shows recently. Suzuki Gun, Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii, which I'm very happy with. The match I missed out, which is like, I jumped for joy when I saw this match graphic, genuinely, because it's one of my top 5 of all time versus one of my current top 5, Walter versus Yuji Nagata. I'm so happy about that match. Like, I don't want to see Nagata die, but I'm really happy for this match. Like, I'm genuinely excited.
So that's night 1.
That's night 1. Night 2, Danny Duggan versus the mystery guy.
Danny Duggan confirmed to be in a match.
Shota
Danny
Umino.
Duggan.
Can I just point out, I weren't slagging him off earlier when I said he just looked a little bit generic and he got chopped in the face.
But don't worry, he's in New Japan now, so it's fine. Proper New Japan in a way.
Shota Umino versus Yuji Nagata, so we get to see one of the legends beat up a young boy.
1.
It's always good. 4-way match, which is El Phantasmo, Taiji Ishimori, Tiger Mask, and David Starr.
Who's El Phantasmo?
He's a Canadian wrestler who lives in the UK now. He trained with Lance Storm and stuff, but he's genuinely really, really good. I'm quite glad to see him on this
El
card.
Desperado, Kanemaru, and Takashi Izuka versus Yoshihashi, Toriano, and Gedo.
Yep. Walter versus Yujiro Takahashi, so the Tokyo Pimp's getting murdered.
Jay White versus Chris Brooks.
Yep. Taichi versus Will Ospreay. And then the big 2 to finish off the card, Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr.
That looks good.
Oh, diving on to heaven. And then Ishii versus Suzuki for the title. Those 2 matches just,
Right, so let's do it now, shall we? Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Try
here's
and
my
knock me down.
Here's my first caveat that I'm going to say. These shows look excellent. Okay.
Yep.
They look like a fantastic card. Really exciting. Great talent on them.
Yep.
If you announce these as RevPro's Global Wars Night 1 and 2, people would lose their heads. But they didn't. They announced this as New Japan Pro Wrestling UK. How many matches in there are exclusively New Japan matches?
How do you mean
More to
exclusively
the
New
point,
Japan? Are you counting Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre?
Yeah, they're New Japan.
I'll give you that, right? You know, Will Ospreay against Kanemaru.
Guys like Aussie
right?
Open, David Starr, Chris Brooks, they're definitely not New Japan guys.
Yeah, Walter. Right. Now, I'm not saying they don't belong. Maybe they do. But you sell someone a ticket that says New Japan Pro Wrestling UK.
Right. Well, put it this way, right? If WWE said, we're coming over here and we're doing a WWE tour, not WWE UK tour, WWE tour, and 90% of the matches were John Cena versus Pete Dunne or Jeff Hardy versus Chris Brooks, people may like that.
I was going to say that sounds like a pretty sweet card. I'd go to that.
Yeah, because you're the kind of fan that'd like
Yeah.
that. The vast majority of the fans that want to go to the WWE show are going to be like, who's lanky lad fighting Jeff Hardy? Aren't they? So
The best boy, mate. That's who he is.
right, and I'm not disputing that he's a brilliant wrestler, Chris Brooks. I just use him as an example, right? I'm getting worried if he's going to listen to this. It's 30 listeners. He's not listen to this. But like,
He might. You liked our tweet.
maybe.
That's basically how if there's any new listeners, by the way, we really love these people. I want to make that really clear. We really do like them.
Like, for me, I would consider myself, if it is a thing, I'd consider myself a casual New Japan fan.
Yeah.
Right? I'm more than willing to say I like him because of Bullet Club, right? But I'm guessing there's a lot of New Japan fans like, oh, you only like him because of Bullet Club, but like, that's fine. For me, when you're saying it's a New Japan show, I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see proper Bullet Club, not Tokyo Pimp, unless he's going to bring his ladies with him. Naito, Okada, and like proper champs. Like I'd let him off with Jericho just because I don't really know what his deal is, and I feel like I'm not getting that.
He wants 6 figures. That's what he wants.
Let me give you a comparison. Okay, so Pro Wrestling Noah European Navigation 2008. So here's the card: Atsushi Aoki versus Joel Redman. There's one. Okay,
Nipples.
Yep. Junichi Sumida and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Martin Stone and Wayne Fitzgerald. There's 2. Fair enough.
Whatever happened to Wade? Sorry, but whatever happened to Wade?
Lions ate him.
Yeah.
Doug Williams and Nigel McGuinness defeat Katara Suzuki and Takashi Sugiura. Doug Williams and Nigel McGuinness were active on the Noah roster at this point, but if you want to make that 3, that's fine. You could have that one. Bison Smith and John Akiyama defeated Muhammad Yone and Takashi Morishima. Kenta and Taichi Shimori defeated Brian Danielson and Eddie Edwards. Yoshinobu Kanemaru defeated Jay Briscoe. And in the main event, Mitsuharu Misawa and Naomichi Marufuji defeated Go Shizaki and Kenta Kobashi. So that's 3 early matches.
Sorry, I'm just taking a moment to remember that I saw that match live.
Yeah, that was a great match, wasn't it? It was fantastic.
I got to see Minoru. Actually, as we're recording today, just to sadly bring it on Athena, it's 9 years today as we're recording.
Since Misawa died.
Yeah. Yeah, but we got to see Misawa and Kobashi in the ring together.
So the 2008, right? The 2008 Pro Wrestling Noah roster. And you heard all those matches. There's 3 matches there that you would go, okay, they're not really Noah matches though, are they? I remember as well, originally they'd announced Doug Williams and Nigel McGuinness against the Briscoe brothers, and people were annoyed about that because it wasn't really a Noah match.
Yeah.
Right? But the rest of that is pure Noah. Right? The night after, they had a show in Farringdon where it was Mark Haskins against Misawa. Like Mark Haskins attacked against Misawa. I think Zack Sabre Jr. was in a match, a singles match against Kanemaru. And the night after, it was it was just promoted as Noah Night 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't Pro Wrestling Noah European Navigation. It was Noah Night 2. It was a bonus show. Right. That is what these shows feel like. It's Rev Pro mixing with New Japan. And I think it's the way that things have happened that seem a little dodgy to me. There's no Tanahashi, who was in Doncaster not long ago. There's no Omega.
The Omega thing really annoyed me.
Especially for the timing of it all.
Because what they did, that's what I mean. Like, I can take it, if they said, this is the lineup, buy the ticket. They went, New Japan show, buy the ticket. People bought the tickets. Then Omega tweets, I'm not going to be there.
I'm not there, and neither is Ibushi.
Yeah, Ibushi's not there.
And the Young Bucks won't be there.
Yeah, because they're all at that. Is it? There's some convention.
There's
something on in America, isn't there?
Yeah, it's convention. I can't remember the name of it. It's where him and Xavier Woods had their first match up against each other.
If this was like, I can't think of another way to describe it. Like Frontiers of Honor.
Yeah.
Right. That's what this is for me. A lot of it, with the odd sort of exception, and it's frustrated me the way it's been sold, because I think people who are going looking for New Japan are not getting the full New Japan that they would expect.
I can understand your things with that.
And I have no qualms with the card in the terms of the quality. It's clearly a fantastic card. If this was Global Wars, it'd be the best Global Wars ever.
Yeah.
No question. But this is a Rev Pro show in my mind.
I think what the difference will be on the nights of the show if they present it as a New Japan show. And if they do that, then I'm fine with all of it. Like, if it's presented and, the ring is, like at Noah, that was a Noah show.
Yeah.
Like, outside of the actual matches, you walked into the building and it was set up like a Pro Wrestling Noah arena. If they do that with these New Japan shows, I'll be fully happy with it. And, I've not got... There's a slight thing where, I'd have liked to see Naito on the show, of course, when Tanahashi and Omega and Ibushi and all these people, I'd have loved to see them on the show. But that's an amazing card. And if they still present it as a New Japan show with these talents, I've got no problems.
I think you'll really enjoy it. And I have no question. There's no question in my mind, by the way, that the people who watch these shows will enjoy it. I don't think they should have been sold as New Japan shows.
No.
I can see why they did it.
But the thing is, yeah, definitely I see why.
Yeah.
But the next time that they say, New Japan tickets are on sale, because I assume they'll do another tour.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I didn't buy them this time, but I'm definitely not buying them until I can see a card.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if I miss out, I miss out.
Yeah.
That's
the risk I'd have to take. Yeah.
Well, not even a card, but if they said, this person's coming, this person, I'd be like, if them three names interest me, I'd be like, I'll buy a ticket on that. But if it's just you buy it off of New Japan, and now I know that I might get someone versus Danny Duggan, no offense, or someone versus Walter. Who Walter, he's amazing.
Yeah.
But he don't wrestle for New Japan.
He's not a New Japan wrestler, is he?
And that's what gets me.
He previously wrestled under a mask for 0-1.
Well, yeah, he's a 0-1 wrestler, isn't he?
There you go then. Right, well, shut your mouth. Taiji Shimori previously wrestled for Noah, so there you go. I think we just established that. We talked about it 10 years ago.
Bone Soldier.
Anyway, yeah. So, I'm sure, I'm sure people really enjoy it. It's just the way it was sold was a little bit misleading for me.
Yeah. So, you were talking about Frontiers of Honor.
I was talking about Frontiers of Honor, and Ring of Honor, they've booked a date. You talked about this last week, Dan, so it's a callback to what you said, and you might not be right with your timing.
Yeah.
But in terms of what's happening, Ring of Honor are going to Madison Square Garden.
That was a segue. Boom.
Yes, it was. Boom. Knowledge dropped. Right. What book?
Do you think it's mental?
Yeah, it is a bit mental.
But
WWE don't go there anymore.
No. So on you sent us a link with I don't know if it was a press release or if it was just off of
a news website. I think.
Yeah. That basically said that because WWE aren't running the MSG for the Mania weekend.
They've lost their
exclusivity to
it. Completely.
Which they've had for over 30 years. And that's opened up dates for Ring of Honor and for AAA.
AAA, which always works well.
Yeah.
I mean, every AAA venture outside of Mexico has been fine.
Now, I get the Ring of... I'm a bit skeptical about whether they can fill it, but I don't doubt that they won't give it a good go. If Cody Rhodes can get 10,000 people to pay for a ticket based on him, the Young Bucks, and I think Kenny Omega, and that's all that was announced before tickets went on sale, I think.
Yep.
They announced Okada before it.
Did they? Okay, so Okada, if they can get 10,000 on them, and they don't have a TV deal, they don't have anything, it's just them, then I'm pretty confident that Ring of Honor can get at least 10,000 in there.
Do you want to know when the date that's rumoured?
Go on.
So you mentioned there about WWE not booking any dates from Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
When is that specifically going to be particularly significant?
So, yeah, WrestleMania weekend.
WrestleMania weekend. So There's no Hall of Fame at Madison Square Garden like we went to when we went to WrestleMania New York.
We went twice to Madison Square Garden because we saw Rangers play as well, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
The proper Rangers, New York Rangers, not Glasgow Rangers.
No. I mean, these ones haven't died at any time that I'm aware of. And that's the rumour date, basically.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So if you imagine there's already... Well, you literally know there's 80,000 people there. If you can get even... Well, like, they nearly sold out. Did they sell out their venue? They sold out their venue with possibilities for more. People can get tickets. If you're going to pick the date, why not?
And that venue as well that they ran WrestleMania weekend this year was proper out of the way as well.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is in the centre of everything.
It's in the centre of Manhattan.
Yeah, so...
It's the greatest arena in the world.
Yeah.
Or the most famous arena in the world. That's what they call
most
it.
famous arena in the world. 'Cause it's not Sheffield Arena, is it?
No, I mean...
What are they going to put in it? Because even though they have all the wrestling fans there, they still need a top match, don't they? What are we thinking?
Well, you could have a return, but I'm going to save that until the end.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to happen, but it'd be funny. I'd really like it. It would make me pee my pants. Dan, you had an idea.
I thought for Final Battle it was going to be Omega versus Cody. Their rematch is happening at the Cow Palace.
Yeah.
So for the rubber match, I think it's a bit too long in terms of how Ring of Honor book compared to thing. And I'm not sure whether Kenny Omega will hold the belt that long.
I think he'll lose it at Tokyo Dome.
Do you think Cody Rhodes will still have the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship?
The World's Heavyweight Championship, the £10 of gold, the most prestigious championship.
I just want to point out, every time he talks about that, you can see the waveform on this. That's where he talks about NWA. He gets very excited, bless him.
You know, they could have a return there.
Go on.
You know who could come back?
Xavier.
Yes, former champion Xavier. I know who could come back. Right.
Is it a guy who you can't make the joke about having the same amount of significant strikes of anymore?
No, it's Daniel Bryan.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson. But it could also be CM Punk. Now, can we finish on this? I think it's really important to, because we mentioned last week that we lost. We hadn't seen the fight. It hadn't happened yet, but we knew he would lose. Right. What would have been more embarrassing? Him not having more significant strikes, right? Or what actually happened? Where he got schooled as if his opponent was Anderson Silva by a journalist man.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing, weren't it?
My word.
I've got the stats on here. CM Punk landed 19 of 81 significant strikes.
Yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell though, would you?
That's a percentage of 23%. His opponent hit 64 out of 108, which is 59%. Total strikes, CM Punk hit 56 of 129 strikes he threw. His opponent hit 129 of 177, which is quite a big stat considering half the time he just waved his arms around like he couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
Dana White wasn't happy about him either.
Well, no, because it's CM Punk, but I would have gone in with a mentality of I'm going to finish him as quickly as possible. I'm going to absolutely destroy him. But he's decided he was going to clown him a bit, which I'm not against clowning. I think it's hilarious. When Anderson Silva were doing it, I was probably the only person that thought it was funny.
You genuinely were, because I sat and watched that fight with you and got so angry at the end of it. It turned a little bit when I started getting angry at Damien Maia. Yeah. But at the same time, I got angry in that fight.
Yeah. But you're both amateurs. It'd be like, do you know when Uzlot thought we could play football and decided to do a football team?
Yeah, I remember.
I'd say that out of all of us that were there, Graham was probably the best one. It'd be like if he was starting to doing. That's not a compliment, by the way.
No, I know.
If he started doing kick ups and step overs and stuff, it's like, well, yeah, but we're not good. So why?
Another fun stat to see is takedowns. CM Punk landed 1 of 9 takedowns.
Is that the one? Where he jumped up and he put him in a front face?
Where he pulled guard on him.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the one, but his opponent hit 1 takedown out of 100% ratio. This is the one that's weird to me. They didn't even give CM Punk a submission attempt for that front face lock.
Well, no, because
in terms of passing, both of them only passed guard once. And CM Punk hit a reversal once.
Right.
That's the lowest possible stat.
Did you hear CM Punk's trainer shouting to him in, I think maybe even the first round, but let's be generous and say partway through the second, stop trying to punch him from below.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that. But
Well, neither did CM Punk, it seems, because he kept doing, what was that?
You know what? What I thought happened in that fight,
Like pawing at him like a kitten.
CM Punk would just
You know that
throw him
video of the
wildly.
cat where it gets scratched his belly and it's like, that was CM Punk underneath the other bloke.
What I genuinely think what happened in this fight, CM Punk, like, he's obviously not to the skill level required. Like, I'll put that out straight away.
Can we agree now
Surprise.
that Floyd Mayweather would beat him? Because, like, this guy was apparently an average boxer.
I
Floyd
don't know.
Mayweather's the best boxer in the history of the world.
Yeah, but like,
Right, but
But on his back, he might as well be a turtle.
yeah,
Um,
but I mean, we've seen what CM Punk does in a full fight. So I think now we can say Floyd Mayweather would beat him.
I still don't know about that.
I think we're allowed
I'd
to
like
say
to
it.
see it. I'd like to see it.
Yeah. But
I think I'm allowed to call it that
so
he would now.
what I genuinely think happened was, like, obviously Mike Jackson,
Michael Jackson, yeah.
yeah, was the better fighter in it. But CM Punk landed that one shot.
Well, fighter.
He landed that one shot, and you could see him just like go, like, puff up when he hit it. Like, I hit a good shot there. And then he got an adrenaline dump, and then he couldn't do anything for the rest of the fight after, like, pulling guard like the way he did. And then it was the thing as well, like, the jiu-jitsu fighter is not used to getting punched. So he was almost surprised that he was, like, raining punches down on him while he was in guard. And it was like,
Yeah, but I'm not having this. He's been training for 4 years,
yeah, exactly.
right?
Like, at this stage, you should
and
be
like,
past that.
Yeah, you're telling me in the gym, yeah, they might not go like full force at it, but when he's in guard in the gym, they're not like throwing like punches down at him.
So
Of
it's,
course
not, it's
they
not
are.
no striking on the ground rule.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
no.
like he's this like 30-year jiu-jitsu specialist who decided to transition into MMA and is like shocked that they're allowed to punch him. He's grown up. He's not grown up with UFC, but like UFC's been there for years before he knows what he's getting into or knew what he was getting into. Fair play to him for trying. I don't actually, as much as he liked to say, oh, part-timers in wrestling, I don't actually think, oh, part-time for MMA. He made his money, whatever. Come back to wrestling now, pal. Like,
Don't like wrestling anymore.
no,
does he?
go to Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, when I get my WrestleMania tickets, I'll be getting a travel package. If that Ring of Honor show's got CM Punk on it and it clashes with the Hall of Fame, there's going to have to be a good headliner because I might have to.
I would go to Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
No, I agree completely. No, you'd
Yeah,
be doing the right thing.
unless the Hall of Fame's like somebody like Vince or someone, unless it's not got a mental headliner like Undertaker.
Vince is only going in an urn. Like, he's not going
Yeah, but like, what I'm saying is like,
So maybe Vince and Undertaker. There you go.
if it clashed
brings
with
him out, and yeah, that's how he inducts him.
Nailed it.
if it clashed with NXT, because I bought, I'd go NXT. I'm not gonna lie, but like, if it clashed with Hall of Fame, that Hall of Fame's gonna have to be mental because if it's not, I'm gonna watch CM Punk in Ring of Honor.
But you're not, because he's not going to go back for another year.
No,
I'll just say this as well. Like, all respect in the world to him, like you said, for making such a go at it and really like putting his all into it.
but that's it now, isn't it?
But yeah, it's done.
Don't go Bellator, mate.
Nine
like-
insignificant strikes is very generous considering he doesn't know how to throw a punch.
Yeah, he's still like I can't get over that he still can't throw a punch.
If you listen back to all the way through this show,
Did you like his
I've
little spin
always
kicks?
been I've always been quite like complimentary
little
towards
skirt.
him doing MMA and stuff. I've never actually like properly ripped him for like being awful. That he couldn't throw a punch.
I really
Can't
wanted him
throw a
to win.
punch.
I'm not even
And
joking.
you know what's the
I
worst
wanted him
part?
to win.
That was the most entertaining fight on that card. That main card was boring as hell.
Yeah.
The main event was all right, but everything went to decision. So Mike Jackson missed a big opportunity to get finish of the night.
Yeah,
Apart
actually.
from Curtis Blades destroying Alistair Overeem on the prelims. That was
I watched that. Yeah, there you go. Overeem, former, was he UFC champion?
I don't
He
know.
beat
if
Brock Lesnar, but he
He beat
wasn't a
Brock-
champion
no.
at that time.
Well,
Was he?
Rashad Evans, former lightweight champion, were on undercard as well.
See, like, former proper people that were on the undercard so that CM Punk could get on the main card. So
It's a bit like that time when Rock came back. Just
yeah, a
one
bit
day,
like
innit?
that. Yeah, but that wasn't fair, was it? Because
No.
CM Punk had earned his shot.
That's like my only criticism of him.
That's why I don't feel sorry for him.
I don't
and
feel
why
sorry
don't,
for him.
No, but that's why I'm not, oh, well done, follow your dreams. I'm like, if you wanted to follow your dreams in your own code, you'd have done it somewhere else, regardless of how much money they would offer you, though.
To be fair, he went to Dana White and said, I am going to fight regardless, so it's up to you if you want to make me an offer.
So when it works for him, it's fine.
If he wants, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I want him to win. I quite like CM Punk. He's a bit moany, but I'm a bit moany. I'm not bothered.
Don't get me wrong. If and when he comes back to wrestling or whatever he does, I'll like him again. But like, I also don't like this idea that he seems to have that he's above it all now. You're not.
No,
Clearly not.
I really hope when he comes back, he comes back with like an MMA gimmick.
I don't think he will come back.
Ever?
I've actually just decided that now.
No,
he'll never come back to WWE.
I won't even say that. I meant just to wrestle.
I wondered that at one point now. No, I'm starting to wonder maybe he won't, because just to prove that he wouldn't. Because he is a stubborn guy. The fact that he went to this second fight shows how stubborn he is, even though he clearly can't do it.
I just think he'll do one more match.
He fell out with long-term friends because they worked there.
Yeah, fell out with Corey Graves, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be friends with people in WWE, so he doesn't talk to see Paul Heyman anymore, does he? Reckon?
Probably not.
Probably does, though, doesn't he?
Do you think?
I'm 100% convinced. I think it was just a convenient way to get out of being friends with Corey Graves.
Corey Graves looks a bit like Stan, didn't he?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
If the music at the end of the podcast, Dan, if you just tears gone cold, I'm wondering why. There we go.
Right.
Graham can sing it as the outro.
I will do. Okay, right. Well, that's the end of the bumper Royal Grumble for this week. First of all, thank you for listening to our progress review. Thank you for listening to our reviews of the New Japan. Thank you for listening to all of our fantastic wrestling opinions. Money in the Bank happened today. We don't really care. We established last week it wasn't a particularly good show, but we'll review it next week, I'm sure, because we have to.
This podcast is the only reason I keep my WWE Network subscription.
There you go. That's why I literally cancelled Sky this week because of that. But I've still got a WWE subscription. I'll carry on. Right. Yes. Don't forget to go to twitter.com/RoyalGrumblePod. If you found us on there, thank you. Hello to you. Nice to meet you. If you don't forget to go to facebook.com/RoyalGrumble. Get involved with the chat. Get involved with the podcast. Don't forget to go to royalgrumble.podbean.com. That's where you can find our podcasts every week, or you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts.
We are on Stitcher. I double-checked this because I've changed it away from my phone, so I had to search for it to resubscribe, and it's there. We are on Stitcher.
We're on Stitcher and all lots of good podcast apps and some bad ones, so you'll find us on there. So you can find us every week. It's been a delight to have you. Right, that's it. Say goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, Daryl.
Say goodbye, Dan.
Goodbye.
He's gone, I'm wondering why I'm not down to bed at all. Hey, Punk, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pain page, and my home phone at the bottom. I got the same tattoos as you on my skin. Look, it says stay down. That's like what you got on yours. I can't think of anything that rhymes. Carry on.